Let me ask you this. How did you guys feel about the King Von documentary? And were you aware of his street rap before he got killed?
Yeah, I was. You'll hear little shit about him, but it was other little ones that you'll hear about way more than Von, though.
Like who?
Like
Melly?
maybe, little 051 Melly.
Because now it's easy to find out about all these famous killers from Chicago.
Yeah, but,
There's such
like I'm saying, as far as the beaties and that rap shit, like who was like, it was a couple more of them little shorties, like the little one that he used to hang out with, his little best friend that used to be, I forget his little name. T-Roy and all them.
Okay, yeah.
You'll hear about them, like really, really getting, you know what I'm saying? They was active.
Right.
Von had a name, you know what I'm saying? But not like how they described it, like he was a serial killer, though.
Right.
That's bullshit.
Well, that's clickbait that Trap Lord Ross was using to make people click on the shit.
Fucking serial killer. He couldn't be responsible for 11 bodies. He could know about 100 bodies, like me. You know what I'm saying? We from Chicago. We know motherfuckers that kill shit. We know about shit. You know what I'm saying? So he could know about it, not to even be involved. So he could rap about it, right? So he's like, well, how could he rap so clearly about this shit? Like he was there. Maybe the person that did it told him about it.
It could definitely be a lot of that. Yeah, and like he's tweeting like an hour after something happens.
Hitters,
it's like, well,
maybe the hitters from O Block
right?
that really get busy come over there and tell him like, yeah, motherfucker, ooh, this happened. And he go upstairs and he can make a rap about it.
That's one thing I've learned from watching so many of these Chicago videos is that all of the dudes who are famous for rapping, for the most part, nobody seems to think that they really had bodies like that, besides Von. I'm not going to say none, but like all the guys who have reputations for being savages, the overall impression is not that they killed a bunch of people. They were the dudes out the crew that rapped, for the most part.
No, that's true. Von probably would be the first one to have that type of reputation.
Right.
No, that's real.
Interesting.
No, Von, definitely.
Definitely.
Out of Chicago.
What was these snitching allegations that people were trying to put on you at one point?
Oh, that came from the same person that
that was
came up with the
thing too? Okay.
the rumors.
Did you peep that shit though? How T90 Jake bust that down? See, this is why I was kind of getting weird with everybody because it's like, bro, if you a podcast host, Adam, and you interviewing us and we talking shit about 16, like, yeah, 16, the feds, and that nigga got me locked, and I say he got me locked up and this and that. You almost believe me, like, damn, you just Cody, right?
Right. That's what I like about somebody like 1090 Jake, because he'll actually do the legwork to find out the shit's real.
Why Kevo ain't never really outed these people and this and that? Maybe because it's ongoing investigations. You can't fuck with the feds' ongoing investigations if they got somebody out here working. It don't matter if you know about it or not.
Yeah.
You can't go publicly tell about it because now you just made yourself a part of it.
So this is the thing. This is why I say, like, bro, anytime, if you want to make a podcast powerful, this is why we about to make our podcast, because you have to have elite people on your podcast, like real people that know real information.
Real info.
Not somebody that's going to go get FBI agents to go against this person to make up lies on this person just
because I want to know how you feel about
How do you feel about that? How do you feel?
The two people that 16 interviewed about this allegation that you asked Kevo about, they were two informants, federal informants. Did you know that?
About that?
And did you also know they're not on the streets anymore?
I watched it and I remember just thinking like, I would not have done this interview because it just doesn't seem like it's well qualified enough.
Okay, so by you seeing that, as a credible journalist, as a credible podcaster, interviewer, how do you feel about those type of people who do that type of stuff?
And it can like really taunt in our day and age, like, damn, like, you're right.
Like, can just lie, like I can just lie on you, Adam, like about.
Like, I'm on his case though, bro. I'm on his case and woo, and he told on me. Like, what's the harder than that?
And it's
16 thought.
I'll put it in perspective. I did an interview with someone a couple of years ago, and they called someone a snitch in the middle of the interview, and it's not somebody who had been like publicly called a snitch. And this is LA shit. Everybody in LA. And I immediately realized as soon as he said it that this is something that would potentially get someone killed. At the very least, completely smear somebody's name. So we just took it out because I didn't feel like it was fair to let someone just call somebody a snitch, especially like a real street dude with no paperwork, no proof. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, though.
So 16 decided to do that and try to go hard with it, but it bit him in his ass, though. But see, he ducks all the smoke, so he don't really want to talk about real shit. Like 16, why did you interview two federal informants and try to push the narrative that Kevo was a rat? And then when the shit popped up and they say, no, those guys are two federal informants that's currently was working.
Trying to get swept under the rug.
What happened to the interviews after that? Why you ain't interview him and ask him, 16, why the fuck is you interviewing federal informants and pushing the narrative so hard without any information? Exactly. Or did you really know about it?
If you do a podcast and you interview primarily like famous people's ops or like, famous people's baby mamas, you might be able to go viral in the short term, but it's going to fuck up the credibility of your platform.
What is going to happen is this is the thing about it. If you are up and coming, because you're not there yet, you don't have a lot of money, you barely drive that little old gold Lincoln, all that. Like you have to get money, you have to get to where you need to get to first.
I ain't gonna fucking lie. Without you, 16 would not be shit. Those little pussy ass interviews he did on them boys, don't nobody give a fuck. Cairo ain't no fucking celebrity or nothing like that enough to where it's like, oh, the interview with Cairo. Those are viral moments. You know, you need to explain to him how hard it is to keep
It's
a
hard
show
to
up and running.
replicate that over and over.
It's
'Cause I
hard.
know he
Yeah.
had like a crazy month that month, made a shitload of money, but then it's like, how do you replicate
Then
that
he called
over
me
and
needing
over?
$100. I know.
$100.
Yeah, fucked up like that type of shit. He be
don't know
fucked up.
This
Sleeping
all
on
I'm
Billy
saying,
Cop's
this all I'm
floor
basically
and
trying to say.
shit.
It's just like I get it with people trying to help people do whatever they got to do, but at the same time, if you're trying to grow and this person like
I'm gonna give you one up though. If you
I'm-
really want the respect from Chicago, you got to start a little bit doing a little bit more, giving us a little bit more respect and research, because you will interview the same couple people and they narrative is almost the word. It's like, well, wow, like FBJ man, like man, I'm older than them. I'm a manager. I want to see all their ass win. Every last one of them that's trying to do something.
All right, so you see it. We just hit 500K. You know what that means? That means you gotta subscribe and get us to 600K, because we are dangerously close to 666K.